Hi Pisces, welcome to your fortnightly check-in with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your before I was going to say, so there's no astrology in these, so please check them out for your sun, your moon or your ascendant so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader, because it's going to be different for everybody, right? Also, the word fortnight, for those of you that ask in the comments and for those of you that will ask later on at some point in the future, the word fortnight means 2 weeks. It's a word that we use in the UK, just represents a time period of 2 weeks. So I'm sure you've heard it before. All right, for your cross purposes, you have the Tower card. Okay. So straight up, there is no getting around this. Okay, the Tower card. So this is on the macrocosmic level. So in the areas of which really you can't you're not in control, right? The Tower card does suggest a disruption of some sort, a disruption, a destabilizing energy. It could be as well that something comes, completely left of field. And I gotta be honest with you, sometimes the Tower does suggest that something's about to go horribly wrong. I'm really sorry to say that, but if I were to sit here and talk about sunshine, rainbows and unicorn farts when the Tower shows up, I'd be doing you a disservice. I'm giving you a heads up to say the stuff that gets the cross purposes, the things that are in the way of what you're trying to do to create, the things that you desire to have for yourself or in your life, the thing that's in front of them is potentially some kind of big realization that turns your world upside down, or potentially what is a life curveball. All right. Now on the microcosmic level, where may this be? Okay, so you've got the Five of Swords. This could be an argument or a dispute of some sort that comes up. And, to see Pisces this feisty, to see you guys this kind of is very, very interesting to me, because it usually suggests that you are, usually Pisces, they'll find a way to kind of at least be on an even keel with someone. But this is like you're not backing down and it looks like you are pissed off. This is maybe you are, it's not even so much that you're not backing down. Like this is you gunning for somebody. Like you are going to have it out, whether they want it or not. Like you have something to say and it looks like you are going to say it. Or as one of my dear friends who is a Pisces ascendant often says, if I have to go down, I'm taking someone in flames with me. I mean, it's a little bit darker than we like, but right? But for your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the Four of Swords with the Death card and the Three of Pentacles. So this is, again, there's potentially some kind of information or some piece of news that someone gives you. This week, the cards are actually encouraging you to take it on board, excuse me, but to do nothing with it at this moment in time. This is going to be a piece of information. It could be something like maybe somebody sends a text that was meant to go to somebody else, but they're talking about you. All of that. Maybe somebody copies you in on an email where they're bad mouthing you or something like that. It's like some piece of information will come across your desk, your phone, your device. Maybe you'll hear it, whatever the case might be. And when it does, your first reaction will be that. The fact that this has come up in your cross purposes means this is not in your best interests. More kudos to you. That one time, one of the few times that Pisces feels to really lose their shit and, go in for it. More power to you, but hold on to that because you can use it in a far more strategic way. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I'm going to keep it to a short, right? So there's a woman who went on an episode of The View in the US, and anyway, she got offered this opportunity. It was like a whole big deal, and they tried to play it out like it was going to be amazing for her, and so she was really excited She punches into the Zoom call early, and you know, she's like, yeah, she's sat there and she's listening, and basically all of the other people that joined the call didn't realize she was already there, so they all start talking about her, like, you know, not very nice stuff saying about her. So anyway, she said she wanted to lose her shit and just go in for everybody, right? But what she did was take it all as really very brutally honest feedback. She improved herself and she said nothing about it until the moment that she got on the show and did the reveal that she was talking about. This is not in your best interests. Whatever piece of information comes to you about what someone has said about you behind your back, however it is that you come by this information, use it as fuel so that you can do something much better for yourself. You can if you want the instant gratification, go for it. It will probably get very explosive, very loud, very quick. Or you can take this and you can be really fucking strategic about it, and then when you are ready, you can drop a T-bomb, all right? T-bomb, truth bomb. For your career and communications, you've got the 9 of Swords, okay, with the 8 of Wands, okay, and the Fool card, right? So this is, for a lot of you, this looks like maybe you've been for an interview, right? Maybe you told nobody about it. You've been for an interview and Raph's out here casually airing your business, right? And I'm going to tell you straight up, if you have been for an interview, you will be offered the position. And you're going to sit and you're going to and ah about whether this is the right job to take. I got to be honest with you, just from the 8 of Wands and the Fool card, this is a really good opportunity. And you may come to kick yourself later down the line if you decline it. It's up to you what you do. You have to choose for yourself. But, all right, now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is literally like new information that's coming in, or there's a change within the industry that you're studying, and that's going to be implemented directly into the curriculum. This could feel like almost like a hairpin right as well. Like you might feel like, okay, this is a really quick, weird change of direction. I would raise questions about this, especially if it feels a bit odd or out of place. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, don't worry too much about those outside communications. Don't get involved in any drama this fortnight, and certainly don't get involved in any gossip. The reason I say this is because when this stuff sees the light of day, it's kind of like you don't want to be anywhere near the shit when the T-bombs go off, right? So just kick back, hold it, bite your tongue, bide your time. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this looks like you're really worried about work that you've already done. And now you're kind of like sat there waiting for the feedback. And when the feedback comes in, you are going to be over the moon. It looks like you've done a phenomenal job. And this is really going to set you up very nicely for the future. Now, for those of you that are retired and no longer working, excuse me, this is an invite that comes from a person who is at a distance to you. So, and this might come very much by surprise. I wouldn't even be surprised if for some of you, this is maybe you end up taking on work as a vocation as opposed to because you need a job. For your love and relations, you've got the Emperor, so connecting to a significant other or a potential one with the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Okay, so for those of you that are single and looking and ready to mingle, I love this for connecting to somebody who, quite frankly, is either very wealthy, has a lot of status, a lot of power. I am going to be really honest with you, because of that 10 of Swords, it does feel to me like this person just wants to play. They want play, adult fun, you know, they want hookups, they want, you know, dates and flowers and laughs and all the rest of it. This person is either married or they really don't want commitment, or they don't have the time for it. So as long as you're okay with it being a casual thing where, you know, you can just have fun and enjoy and go for some nice meals and all the rest of it. I'm not saying I'm out here condoning somebody cheating on their married partner. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is it's really important that you are clear on what is available to you. It won't be any more than that, right? They don't have to be married. They might just be married to their job, to be fair. It might also be that, let's say there's an age gap between you and this person happens to be a public figure. Do you know, I mean, in the light of everything that's just happened with Philip Schofield, if it's anywhere near that situation, sing like a fucking canary. And if you see anything like that, sing like a canary. All right. Like, I'm not out here trying to protect people like that. What I am saying is, let's say you're 25, 26, this person's like 45, 50, and they happen to be a politician or a CEO or whatever. Those people have, you know, a certain amount of expectation and all the rest of it. You two might just really like each other. And if you're both consenting adults and everything is above board, I don't see the problem. If they're married, however, that's an issue. But, you know, that's for a whole other topic. Maybe I'll bring that to the table. When it comes to those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is your significant other has a contract or a job that's coming to an end. I'm intrigued by this because it looks like a conscious decision. I don't feel like they're fired or anything like that, although for some people it might be that. But this may come very left of field. You might be like, okay, where the fuck is this coming from? For your money and materials, you've got the Hanged Man, so that's Neptunian energy with the Knight of Pentacles, okay, and the Ten of Wands. So for a select few of you, this could be serious conversations about a move. For some of you, potentially, maybe you are changing locations or moving in with somebody. When it comes to specifically to your finances, though, this is you have a very clear idea of what you want your long-term finances to look like, and the energy and the money and the resources that are available to you in the here and now, they don't match up. I think there's going to be some kind of reality check when it comes to your finances this week, this fortnight. So just be mindful about that and be mindful about what you spend on vehicles as well. When it comes to your home and environment, there could be a big change coming up here, and it might come sort of almost while you're out the door, or maybe potentially while you're on holiday. This could be anything from a flooding right to, you know, right through to, you know what, we're no longer happy to rent the house out, or whatever the case might be. And then finally, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, your back, your physical back, your legs and your feet are all aspects and areas of your body that you really need to look out for over the course of this week. Especially if you're doing any kind of sports, any kind of, you know, athletes, all that kind of stuff. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I hope you have a fantastic fortnight. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.